Danny, can we just start with the big news from this week that the club have sacked sporting director Kevin Thelwell and CEO Ibrox Stewart, just to get your reaction to that news and to ask if you were consulted at all during the process of their dismissals?
Yeah, I think at first it's always not nice when some people around you get sacked. I had a good relationship with Kevin. We were always in the daily business. We spoke to each other, with Patrick as well. They were also involved in the process when I arrived here, then building up something. And then I got a call from Andrew. He gave me this message. Then we had a meeting, a dinner together. One day later, we spoke about the situation, the process, and now it's about moving forward, looking forward in the future. This isn't football, what sometimes happens, and for me it's now about focus to the next games, and of course then to the next processes.
Of course, the January transfer window is just over 5 weeks away. How will this affect transfer business in any way? Will you have more control? Will you be asked to lead recruitment? What have you been told by the club with regard to that?
Yeah, I think important is to understand how we worked. I think this is always the togetherness. We had this communication before. Yesterday we had the next meeting to give some updates now with the other people. I think this is also important. I think I'm close to Andrew. We are in contact every day to speak to each other, but I have also still good people around me. They support me. I think this is crucial. I cannot do this alone or can make decisions alone. I think it's important to understand we have a good structure in the club. Of course it changed now, but we have interim CEO, Fraser, who is very experienced. He will help me. I have some guys from the board, from the 49ers around me, and as well we have also a recruitment department, and we all have to go together in one direction. We want to work on this. We know we have to do something, and let's see what we can do.
Danny, when you came in and took over, presumably you assessed the squad and who'd been recruited as well. Do you feel perhaps directly or indirectly that your assessment of that might have had some influence on the decisions made?
I think this is, I'm the wrong person to ask this. I think it's my job to look over. I think it was also the conversation the last weeks. I give my informations to the board, to the club, what I think, how I see the situation, how I see the squad at the minute, in which parts we have to improve. I think there's no secret. We know that we have to improve also our players here. I think this is crucial to understand. We have some very exciting players, and we know we want to bring them back to the highest level. This is also a big job, and this is my job to do this with my coaching team. And then, of course, in the football world, you have also to look in the future, to the next window, what you can bring, what you can edit. But it's still, like everywhere, a process where you look on which position you need, then you watch videos, you get information, you try to get all the things. And then you sit together with the board, with the club, and then you try to make the best decision for the club.
What do you need in your role from a sporting director in particular, given the impact that their decisions also has on you?
Yeah, I think if you have a sporting director, then you have always a link to the board. I think this is a little bit to understand the role, or like I understand this role from Germany as well. Now the link gets a little bit closer because you go straight to some situations with Andrew. But I think he was very clear in his interview. I think during the week, what he expects, what he demands. We are in a good communications process, and this is what we have to do. I have to watch the videos from the recruitment, think about this. But all in all, I have also to prepare my team for the next games. I think until January we have. When I count until the cup game, these are 12 important games in just 5 weeks, every 3 days, preparing meetings, all those things. But these are things you have to do. We know transfer window is always busy, but I think I have good people around me. They will support me and they will help me.
Danny, just given what you're saying there, you'll be a little bit closer essentially to Andrew, the sporting director. Does that mean you think you'll have a bigger say, a bigger influence when it comes to January's transfers?
I think general, and I think the club was very clear when I arrived, it's always a decision together. I think you need, of course, you have to give your honest opinion about players. Then there is a financial part, and then you look to other parts as well, and then the best case you bring all the information on one table, and then in the end you make a decision together and you go in the direction, because then it makes the most sense for me as a sports science, from the sport view. It makes sense to take players where you're really convinced they can help you, but then it's also a part for the club to make decisions. It's about communication process again, look to each other what we can do, and at the moment I think Andrew was also before close, we spoke to each other, we get the conversation, and now it's a little bit a different role, a new situation, but again I can just repeat this again, there are people still around me, they will support me.
Just going back to the actual sackings of Patrick and Kevin, how surprising was it for you to hear that news, given that they were the pair of people that hired you just a month or two ago, and how strange is that to be hired by people and then they're fired so soon after hiring?
Yeah, I think I'm just 36 years old, but in the last 15 years I was involved in a lot of processes. I can tell you it's always not nice. I was 2 times assistant coach and the head coach was sacked. You feel always with them. This is what it is. You are always part of the team. I can just also say, Kevin, Patrick, was a good relationship. We had always good conversations to each other. We were honest to each other. But it's football. Football is never about past. It's always about future. And this is what we have to also understand. We have to move forward, and we have to take the situation like it is.
If we can make this, sorry Andy, if we can make this the last one on that subject, I've got a game as well.
Danny, Andrew spoke about the need to bring in players in January, but is it possible that some players will have to leave in January, and if so, might some of those be the guys that were signed in the summer that perhaps haven't performed the way the club was looking for?
I think it's at first the January window is always special. I think this is also important to understand. It's not a summer. You have 4 weeks and everyone looks for impact for the second half of the season. I think this is a goal. But of course, past is if you bring players in, then you have also to look that you have not on some positions too many players, then you have to look what you can do as well. And I think these are all these things, even you want to bring players in, but you have the feeling you have on this position too much players and you can't bring them out, then you have also to make a decision what you do. And I think this is now the process what we have to work on. My first job, I can say this as well again, I want to bring and I want to increase the potential of some players out. I think even in the summer we had some exciting signs, and at the moment we know they are not on the highest level, and this is now about me and my coaches to bring them back to this and to give us a lift.
Danny, you mentioned the run of games that you've got coming up, also starting tomorrow night. How big a chance are these matches for players to change your mind on them in terms of their long-term futures here?
Every game is an opportunity for players. I had some conversation during the week with some players that didn't get the opportunity. I think it's also important when I look to the schedule with Thursday, Sunday, next week again and again, game by game. There are opportunities. I think now we come to a point also to rotate in some positions. You have to. And that means this opportunity is there, and it's up to the players also to use this opportunity. You cannot just ask for opportunities and then you never use this. I think this is also important to understand, but after the training today I'm very positive. The players are very focused on this. Also the players, they not expect to play as a starter tomorrow, but I think a good example was on the weekend. Our players from the bench helped us to win the game, and this is also important that we see us always as a group and not just as a single person.
You've got Portuguese TV, RTP. What do you expect the match against Braga? You are in the last position of this Europa League. Braga is on fifth. What do you expect?
Yeah, at first Braga took a lot of points, more than us. Yeah, I think they're well organized, they're very aggressive. How they play football against the ball, they have solutions with the ball. I think they will also come with confidence in this competition. But it's for us as well a next new challenge. We know we need points in this competition as well. This is always our goal, to go in such a game. Yeah, sometimes I miss trainings time on the pitch to make more steps forward, but this is what it is. And the good thing is, in games you get straight a feedback in which direction we are going. I want to see tomorrow a next step forward to compare to the last two European games. I think when you see yesterday the games and today and tomorrow on this level, every mistake a big mistake, and I think this is also important in such a game. Play without mistakes, but play on front foot, bring the ground behind you, try something instead of to be passive and just waiting. I think this is what I want to see from my team tomorrow. And then let's see, deliver a proper fight and try to get points.
And about Chermiti, what do you expect from the Portuguese?
Yeah, at first I'm happy that he is back on the trainings pitch. I think the last couple of days he was a little bit injured, but this is a good part, gives me a new opportunity. I must say today he was really lively in the training. Maybe it was his best training since I'm arrived here. It just gives me also a good feeling about him. And yeah, for him it's a special game against the Portuguese team. Yeah.
Ratings from the Portuguese national rating. I want to ask you if you can be precise about the participation of Chermiti in your team, and if you consider Braga, as you see at this moment, if the Portuguese team is one of the favorites to go through this Europa League.
Yeah, I think if you take so many points after 4 games, then of course you have a chance to come in the next round. And I think Yusuf, he brings skills in the game. He can bring skills in the game. I think I spoke about this at the beginning of the press conference about players to develop and improve, bring them to the best level. And Yusuf has also a high demanding on himself. I demand a lot from him. I had yesterday a good conversation with him, and if the reaction was like this today, that he made a fantastic training, then we are in a good way. But football is about consistently and not about just one training session. It's about do it again and again on the highest level, and this is what we have to do as an individual player, but also as a group. I think this is at the moment the biggest part of our development. It starts in training, train on the highest level, play on the highest level, and this every 3 days. And if you do this, then we make huge step forwards.
Before you arrived here, most people had written off Rangers' chances in the league. Do you just sense now the way the league is that there might be an opportunity for you there to go and challenge if you get it right in the next few weeks and also in January?
I think when I arrived, it was 15 points behind position 1. Yeah, I can say now we go step by step, but if you can reduce it with 1 more game in the hand to 6 points, 6 points in football, it's not big with so many games to go, but consistently take points. Yeah, and I know, if you look 3 days back, we know we want to play better football, we want to do better, but at the end we took 3 points, and 3 points helps us again to make a next step in the league.
Andy, then John to finish.
Danny, the atmosphere at Ibrox on European nights is always something pretty special. This season, because of the unrest, it has felt a bit flat. Do do you hope now in Thursday night, given what's at stake for the team and also the three men that the supporters were demonstrating against have gone, do you hope that galvanised and unified the support to get behind the team?
I think the last experience in the last 3-4 weeks, I know if we play on front foot, the supporters will straight there, and I think this is what I want to see. Yeah, I know especially in Europe, there's also opponent. There are also some good players, and this is not always possible. But this is what we have to try to more, to be on front foot, to try something, to go with confidence there, and then I'm 100% convinced that the supporters will be straight there, and then they feel it. Yeah, they want to trust, they want to feel that something happens on the pitch in our direction instead of to be passive and waiting for something. Yeah, and I think this is our responsibility to bring the stadium on fire.
Last one, John.
Can I just check in terms of players available? Because you've got a few missing at the weekend. Is the situation the same?
Yeah, Derek has the surgery in the morning today. Yeah, that means, of course, he will for sure longer out. John is still out. Mikey, it goes in the right direction, but muscle injury takes a little bit more time. I think, I didn't know if you see this, we put Duchamp now on the list. But still, for him, after the first game minutes on Monday, this is a process. If you're out 6 months, it's not easy to be ready straight after 1 week. But it was a decision also for the next European games to cover this position. Then hopefully in the next games. Yeah, I think the squad should be then. Yeah, Bailey of course out with the injury, with the surgery. Joe has a little bit problems on the knee, but hopefully he's okay. Yeah, should be similar squad.
How long will Derek be out for? How long do you think Derek will be out?
Oh. Minimum the end of January, if not longer. But yeah, after surgery you have to look now how's the reaction. Yeah, but it's longer.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.